Hello and welcome to the stream. So we are just setting up things here. We're mid-flight on the way down to Hurghada. Just expecting to have air traffic control online. I'll just check my ex-pilot client in a moment. Cheers. Sorry about that. Hopefully a drink of Coke has just sorted that. Okay. Let's just set up a few other things on the stream. And we've been going 3 hours 37 minutes by now. About another hour to go. Typically down in Hurghada I get the northerly, effectively north-westerly runways, but it's sort of more north-north-westerly. 3-4 left and 3-4 right. Okay, so we should be now fully set up, fully streaming. Hopefully I'm clear in terms of the voice quality. Let's just go ahead and we'll connect. I'm just going to connect back to VATSIM. I did have a period where I just had to drop that.
When you follow the Handover To Departure, which is invalid, can you accept an odd fixed departure? Can I accept that? Would you like me to? So,
yeah, I've just got the centres coming back here, so let's just see where we are on Volanta. Should be under Cairo Centre now. So let's just go and select that.
Xavier 5225, contact Hurghada, frequency 123.4 in Jeff's on the line.
It sounds like it's sounds like they're ahead of us. Okay, so as you can see, we are just over the Mediterranean Sea there. The actual land is not far away. We're south of Crete, so between that area. He sounds quite faint, doesn't he? Whoever's calling there.
Doctor 66 Lima, good evening, identified. Proceed as fine, and welcome aboard.
So we're currently just approaching Nabsi. 3 hours 40 now gone, 400 miles to go, so yeah, we're just turning right there at Nabsi on the way down to Gomgo. Sounds lovely. Right, the cruise page, cruising at 350, no need to change that. Arrival, about 3.1 tonnes of fuel. That's fine. I tend to sort of think of this in terms of like I do on a 321 for arrival fuel. So probably around about 3 tonnes. Should be more than good, more than acceptable. I'm just going to keep my eye here on X-Pilot. In fact, what I'll do, rather than wait to be asked to contact them, I'll put a call in now. So let's just match the heading to where we are. On Cairo Centre, it's Thomas Cook 37 Lima at flight level 350, approaching Gomgo. Sorry, what did they say? I just want to check something. When you are in the FlightFactor, is that for us? No. Just make sure as well that you've got your left and right voice selected as well, in addition to X-Pilot. That seems to be what I need to do. Okay, let's just check then what we're tuned into. 12660, and that is Cairo Centre.
Enter air 7055, direct Hotel Golf Delta. Enter air 7007, take descent flight level 180. Enter air 7688, take descent flight level 200. Frequency 200, 7688.
So the mainland there now coming in. So that's Egypt.
Enter 7055, contact number, frequency 123.4.
Cairo Centre, good evening. Thomas Cook 37 Lima at flight level 350.
Thomas Cook 37 Lima, good evening. Stand by, I can find you my frequency. On my speaker, sorry.
Roger.
Thomas Cook 37 Lima, we don't have a flight plan for you. You might need to refine flight plan, and you should be with 12747.
Okay, just let me check the flight plan and the frequency again, please.
That frequency is 127.7.
1277 then for Thomas Cook 37 Lima, thanks. So, 1277, I see it now on X-Pilot. So, one thing to do is not just assume. I was just reading from Volanta, so just let me go ahead and refile this. Okay. I'm just doing this on my other monitor. Just stand by. So indeed, this is the FlightFactor 757-200. We are an X-Plane 11 today. Okay, can't see what I'm doing at the moment, which is probably just as well. I'm just struggling with Debrief, so let me just go again here.
Established ILS 23 Center, Egypt 022.
We've got 1277.
022, service 13013 knots, 23 Center, clear for landing plan. Clear to land, Egypt 022. Cairo Control. Good evening, Lot 73 Golf, flight level 330, inbound Ravda. Lot 73 Golf, hello, Cairo Control, Delta 7330, proceed direct to Bravo.
Just going to try and pre-file this again. I think because I had to drop from X-Pilot earlier, it might have just can the flight plan. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how long you have to be disconnected for before it goes. Okay. That seems to like it. Okay, so where are we now? Just gone past Gomgo, on the way to Ralsu. Ralsu? No. That's Oberon.
Magic Sun 7 Hotel Sierra, Phantom 370 with that contact. Proceed as well.
Hello Cairo Centre, it's Thomas Cook 37 Lima at flight level 350, just approaching Oberon.
Thomas Cook 37 Lima, radar contact on level 350, proceed as well.
Proceed as file, thank you, Thomas Cook 37 Lima. Wonderful.
Magic Sun 7 Hotel Sierra, Cairo.
Okay, so we expect to be on this frequency for a bit now. I'm not sure if they've... yeah, Valanta's just showing 126.6 for this frequency. So we should be good. So this is one thing in...
Sun 7 Hotel Sierra, Cairo.
Sierra. Let's try and contact that guy there. Okay. So yeah, the look ahead distance, the distance in front. I know there's no water just there, so that should fill in a moment.
126.6, thank you very much for service.
Okay, so we had the poll, of course, and I said, what do you want to see? Do you want to see the FlightFactor or the Turles, or even Mushroom? And there was only one vote for Mushroom, which is quite fortunate, because I'm not proficient in that. And then FlightFactor took the lead, so here we are. Just in this one. Now I do have the FlightFactor in X-Plane 12, but for me, it's kind of migrating over. It's a bit of a slow process. I don't have all the add-ons still in 12, so I still need to do that. But as I say, the FlightFactor won the competition, so that's what we're in.
Cairo Control is clear 022, Vacation Y23 Center. Cairo Egypt 022, Cairo Control. Taxi Center choice from the last Salam Abash. Say again? Taxi Center choice from the last Salam. Seat stand of choice, الله يسلمك ألف شكر كابتن محمد. حبيبي يا باشا. Cairo Control, Magic Sun 7 Hotel Sierra, I read you 5 by 5 now, flight level 370. Magic Sun 7 Hotel Sierra, Cairo. Magic Sun 7 Hotel Sierra, read you 5 by 5, flight level 370.
Right.
Thank you, proceed as well.
Hopefully you can just hear the music, not too loud.
2670.
So we've got a bit of desert and then the water, so as I said, that's not right. You can just see it there filling out in the distance. Right. Not long to go then. Yes, we did start from Gatwick. That's right, that's where we started. So it's took us now 3 hours 51 to get here. The forecast flight time was 5 hours. Unless we get any any big surprises here. Should be coming in before that. Let's have a look. Progress page 15:22 for our arrival. That's about 40 odd minutes, 45 minutes. So yeah, probably more like 4.5 hours. We've had the benefit of a tailwind. I did enter. Let's have a look on the berth page. I did enter the cruise wind there, 298 at 52. You can see it's more or less been a steady tailwind on average all the way. It's quite turbulent on the approach, on the departure out of Gatwick, which did agree with the SIGMET charts. There was a SIGMET just warning of areas of turbulence. And there's a sort of strong core of almost like a mini jet stream snaking its way sort of across northern Europe.
Cairo Centre, can you repeat again for us Alpha 152? Alpha 152 and send pointers.
Don't seem to have many people watching, do we? I wonder why that might be.
Because I am not one of your fans!
Sorry. Right. Let's just reset the heading book there to 130. That should be fine. And keep a listen out for air traffic control. Right. So there is a steady stream of traffic going down to Hurghada. Let's just see if I can show you this. Now I do have to configure OBS in a way that is a bit of a faff. So let's just go ahead and see if I can just show you. See if I can just show you Volanta. One moment. Oh, there we have Volanta. Okay, so there is probably a steady stream here going down to Hurghada. You can see there quite a queue, or quite a steady stream of traffic there on its way down. I think most of it today was coming from Warsaw, and I'm guessing these guys here, there's a TUI. Yeah, I'm guessing these guys here are doing the same. Yep, so Warsaw was quite busy earlier as well if you wanted to fly out of that. Who else is online? Reasonable coverage here for Turkey. And a bit there we were flown through, but we weren't online during that. Step back to where we were, and just move that over to my other monitor, so I can just keep an eye on it. What else can we show? What else can we talk about here? I was just going to bring up Debrief and just show you the route as well. So let's see if that's still available. It is, so we'll just do what we did before. We'll just bring that window up, and I'll flick over onto that window, and you can see there our route. 1516, hello, Cairo Centre, and contact, you are showing flight level 357. And we are well over Egypt now. Hello everyone.
1516.
Welcome.
Can you descend, please, for level 330 for separation?
Hope everyone's good for this Sunday afternoon.
1516.
Do drop me a message. Say hello. Don't be shy.
Current control.
Just to recap where we are, we're just over Egypt.
04, we do have flight level
Cairo Centre.
370.
On the way down to Hurghada. Flight level 350. If you want to go back, a bit, I'll show you the routes. You can see the route that I've shown. See the intro, but certainly afterwards I'll add chapters to it, so you can see the bits that were interesting.
Roger, 1504, your call sign Foxtrot Echo Golf is call sign for Fly Egypt Company, just call sign Sky Egypt. But the title is Mike Sierra Charlie.
But yes, do say hello.
Good evening.
Topper drops here. Let's see if we've got an arrival actually programmed in. I don't think I have yet. We've got the legs page, which goes down to Bopop. So should be getting out.
I didn't understand. What's wrong with my call sign?
Should be getting out the tablet here.
Foxtrot Echo Golf is call sign for Sky Egypt Company. Not according to my my information.
Someone's getting a telling off. Sounds
No
like
problem with
their
that, but can you check information? It will be.
sounds like their call sign is not up to scratch. Awful.
Okay, it's just I got the information from Flight Radar, so that's what they gave me. No problem at all. It might be that this flight was operated by Air Cairo, but the aircraft was belong to Fly Egypt, the company. Okay, understood.
Got it.
Shall I be Fly Egypt 1504 then? As you wish.
I think our call sign is all nice and proper. Shall we have a look at the charts for... I don't know what's happening with my system at the moment. Let's have a look at the charts for Hurghada. As I was saying earlier, we typically get the runways 3-4 down in Hurghada. Let's just zoom that out a bit. So it's fairly straightforward. Don't know if you know, Hurghada just used to have one runway. I don't know when this one on the left was constructed, but it is quite remote. Was that Thomas Cook? No, it wasn't. Okay, so yeah, it is quite a fairly remote runway. It's quite a fair old distance to taxi, but the last time I was there, they were departing from 3-4 left. I think we landed on 3-4 left as well. And typically what I do is vacate around V6 or V7. It's a fairly good, I wouldn't call it a high-speed taxiway, but you can maintain a bit of oomph. Okay, so hello again everyone. Do say hello. Love to know who's watching. And that might be my setting actually. I've just got a view of the live chat. I can't see who's there. Anyway, hope your Sunday afternoon is good. Of course, it's Monday tomorrow, but that's fine. It's still the weekend. It's still officially the weekend. Okay, so Hurghada. So we know. Let's just. What I normally do is familiarise myself with the airfield. There is another chart as well that you might want to see if it's there. There's normally an airport information one, which will often give you other information, such as the airfield's preferred runway. We don't have that, but we've got the parking stands and things, so that's fine. But okay, so it's 109 feet above sea level, so we'll just set this to 110. Sorry about that. Right, so Cairo Centre, Hurghada. We're going to Hurghada. 109 feet above sea level, so let's just go ahead and set this to 110. Fuel, I did talk about that earlier. We've got 4.4 tonnes left at the moment, and like I was saying, I tend to just think about fuel on board in a 321 around about 3. Sometimes it comes in around about 4 on the 321 Neo, but unless there's any, other reason to take a bit more fuel. So that's Hurghada for us. We are quite happy then. Would be looking at getting runway 34 left, or right, and then it's one of the stands over here. We've got apron 3, apron 2 down there. So we'll just see where they put us. The first thing is to get down. Birds. It says that. Nice. Okay. Approach. Let's just get the approach charts lined up. We'll keep it simple. We'll just keep it to an ILS. It's a 7.5 after all. So what do we have? We have an ILS on 3.4 right. Okay, does 3.4 left not have an ILS? We can actually do something anyway quite we can actually do something quite funky anyway. I'm not sure if it's authorised, but no reason why not to tune that in just to get lined up, and then we can hand fly it in. That's our frequency. We should be getting a bit of a wriggle on now in terms of getting these this program in. Our arrival, we said we've got Bow Pob as the last point in our flight plan here. Okay, so that's how I normally just go with deciding the arrival. So will we get something like a Bow Pob 1 Alpha, which comes in from Bow Pob and then takes us easterly and then down via a series of waypoints. Note the altitude restrictions as well, as you'd expect. It's a great big load of sand there. Not the stuff that you would be putting your bucket and spade in. It's mountainous and things like that. So yeah, we want to keep aware of the terrain. Did I say I've set the sim time to just a few hours earlier than the actual time, just purely so that we can have a reasonable view of things on the arrival. Okay, so Bow Pob 1 Alpha takes us down here. As I say, just a series of decreasing altitudes, probably right down here and then up to the airfield here. Now, maybe that we get vectors. There's quite a lot of controllers online, so we'd be prepared to get vectors. So let's go departure and arrivals page, and we could do with getting the ATIS, couldn't we, for that. So let's just go and tune that into COM 2. So we are pretty much eyes in at the moment into the flight deck. What do we have on COM 2? 12045, and we should hear it. He says we should hear it. .2045. Okay. This is where you just feel a bit of a lemon, isn't it? Everyone's gone. Everyone's gone. Oh no, 2 viewers. Hello again. Right. Okay, so planning for the arrival. Let's just get that frequency out of the way. Okay, let's just plan them for 3-4 right with a Bow Pob 1 Alpha arrival. And we won't do any transitions there, we're just going to execute that and clear that message. So we'll look at the legs page now. Let's just keep that look out the window there. I think that's a bit of ice, by the way. It's probably not realistic. If I just move the wiper there, you'll see how it goes, and then you can see how it just slowly zooms off the edge there. So bow bob to bow bob. So let's clear this one up here, and then just join that into there. Get rid of that message first before you do that. Clear that, and drop it into the boxes there. Insufficient fuel. Just deal with that in a moment. Okay, so bow bob, there's our GN, GN11, GN612, GN203 down here, and then it's going to swing us up to the airfield there for the ILS on runway 34 right. Now, if necessary, we'll just go with an RNAV on the 34 left. I'm pretty confident in being able to do that. Let's have a look at our... Well, I've got two versions of the approach shot I have of the arrival. Right, and then what would our cinnamons be? So ILS for a Cat D, 295. So this is not the digital display version. So I do have the FPDS upgrade, but I just like the classic instruments. Okay, so let's just wind this up to about 300, and it doesn't call it out on the 757 if you remember. You just have to be monitoring that, and the pilot not flying will just call out approaching minimums, and then minimums when you get there. And what do you do if say you're landing somewhere like Munich, which is more than 1,000 feet above sea level, and therefore, so let's say your minimums is 1,600 feet, what do? You just wind it to the 100. That's what you're looking at. Okay, and we'll use auto brake 2, and then we'll come down here to the init ref page, and we'll go with the flat 25, 1103, that goes down here. 1103 goes in there, and the frequency is 341. Let's wind it backwards this time. So insufficient fuel. Why? Thinks we've got 3 tons for our arrival. If that's getting a bit of a distraction for you, I mean, we are in command of the aircraft, right? So we can decide what we're doing. Let's just change that to 2. And then it won't keep appearing. I know, it's a bit like if you've got a fuse, isn't it, in a plug, and it keeps blowing, so you go from a 3 amp to a 5 amp, and then you go from a 5 amp to a 13 amp, and before you know it, your house is on fire. Right, anyone viewing? No. So, 190 miles. That's fine. Okay, 4 hours and 11 minutes down now. As I say, I've got the time set, so it's earlier than it is. So we should be getting descent soon. Let's just turn down the range a little bit. Keep the terrain radar on right. And here's that headwind as well. There's a tailwind that we was talking about. 284 at 49. Good. Good, good. When we get some viewers back, just let me know if the music's alright. There we go. Hello, and welcome. Just saying to everyone, just say hello in chat. Love to know who's watching. If you've got any questions, do let me know. Always happy to explain things. I like learning. Also like passing on the knowledge as well. For those just joined, as you can see by the progress bar, we're on the way down to Hurghada. Good VATSIM coverage at the moment. Top of drop's about 40 miles away. And I've just got a nice tailwind, which has been the case all the way since we left Gatwick. So I did put that into the FMC. Probably know you can do that on the FlightFactor. Okay, so yeah, you can just put that in there on the per-minute page, and it will factor that in as well. So it helps you to verify your fuel, how much fuel you want to take.
Level 150, can you repeat for the Victor ILS, Swiss 1516? Swiss 1516, expect radar vectors for the ILS approach runway 05 descent. Victor ILS, radar vector 05 center, Swiss 1516.
We don't have anyone watching again, apart from my little phone. That's just connected to that. I wonder why that is.
Because I am not one of your fans!
Flight level 350 at the moment, everyone. So, call sign Thomas Cook 37 Lima.
Thomas Cook 37 Lima, report to ready for descent.
Sorry, can you just repeat please for 37 Lima?
Thomas Cook 37 Lima, report to ready for descent.
We'll report when ready. Thank you very much, Thomas Cook 37 Lima. Okay, great. He's got us...
73 Golf, contact Cairo Control.
Okay, so he's got us there in his sights, ready for descent.
Contact 126.
If you have just joined, a very warm welcome. Do say hello. I'd like to know who's here.
Cairo Centre,
But the controller's just asked us to call when ready for descent, so we've got there about 20 miles to go, and you can see there we've got the message reset MCP alt. Let's just have a look at the descent page. Pause at top of descent, we of course don't want that option. Transition level 110, and here's our altitude restriction. So on the way down, I was showing the viewers earlier that we'd got some altitude and height restrictions. Understandable, as I was saying, airfield's there. Got a very big mountainous area to the left of the airfield. What we'll do, so we'll just keep this open. Just want to see the sort of countdown there to top of drop. 10 miles is what that's forecasting. So we'll give him a call in about 4 miles time, and then we'll remain in VNAV. But as I was saying, fuel is pretty good, 3.7 tons. But yeah, I don't think we'll get any need to hold either. Once we get in the descent, I'll just bring up Volanta again, and we can just see if we've got some see how busy it is around Hurghada. And Thomas Cook 37 Lima ready for descent.
Thomas Cook 37 Lima, descent for level 260.
260 for Thomas Cook 37 Lima. Okay, so let's remain in VNAV.
Thomas Cook 37 Lima, report your descent altitude to Cairo Control 126.6. Safe landing for Hurghada. Ma'as-salam.
Altitude to Cairo on 126.6. Thanks for your ATC. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Okay, so that was us, and down we go, 360. Let's go back to 12660, which I actually called wrongly earlier, but I'll just find it here on. So we've now tuned in. Just when you change frequency, don't just go and hit the microphone and hit the push to talk button straight away. That is of course what you don't want to do. Indeed. Just listen on the frequency and then just get your moment. Let's play some music.
Sun 7 Hotel Sierra after Optav to San Flight level 160. After Optav, flight level 160, Magic Sun to Hotel Romeo.
Cairo, Thomas Cook 37 Lima descending to flight level 260.
Oscar to 37 Lima, good evening, identified, continue descend to flight level 160, level by, correction, flight level, yeah, sorry, Thomas Cook 37 Lima, continue descend to flight level 160, level by Bopit.
Descend to 160, level by Bopop for Thomas Cook 37 Lima. Okay. So what we're going to do is dial in there 160, and I just have a little script here. He just rounds it down to 160, just because I'm a bit lazy. You see here at the moment it reads 167. There it goes. It's just gone down to 160. Just rounds it down to the nearest 1,000. Okay, so he wants us down at Bopop by 160. What tools have we got in the box to help us out here? Shall we have a think about that? So what we've got is we've got the green banana there.
Dreadful.
That we can use to tell us where we're going to level off. Okay, so that's one tool that we've got in the box there. So we will meet 160 by that, so let's remain in VNAV. If we get a deviation from that, if the banana shifts ahead, it means that we will fall short of that descent profile. So, let's go to the descent page. And just want to make sure as well, yeah, Bopop is 130 or above, so even though he's given us the instructions, we of course want to make sure that we're not just following these instructions blindly. Got to work with the controller, they've got to work with us, but that's a safe height there. As I was saying earlier, there's plenty of terrain down here that you can see. So we are good. Keep going down there. There is a probably need to research on it first. The 737NG and the 747 also has it. You've got a brilliant feature here on the descent page that will help you as well. But this is of course a 7.5, so it's steam powered.
Locked 6 on Delta, contact number Hurghada frequency 123.4, 0 flight, bye-bye. 123.4, secure, much here. Lock 6 on Delta. Enter 4015, continue descent flight level 160. Okay, descent flight level 160, enter 4015.
Yeah, I'm just not able to get the 80s for some reason. Let's do a quick. I've got active sky running, so with this being X-Plane 11, I've got active sky running, so of course it's injecting real-world conditions in there. But let's just have a look and see what we've got for the METAR down in Hurghada. So temperature's 25 degrees. Wow, that's starting to warm up down there, isn't it? with a QNH of 1008, which is like Gatwick, and no wind at all. So you will fry if you're down there, I think, at the moment. It's quite pleasant, isn't it? If you've got
221 left heading 070, clear for that.
if you were in the UK last week, with a bit of the snow and the rains and stuff, that's a different world, isn't it? Anyway, winds are very calm, so I would still imagine that we are landing on 3-4, but of course we can get a clue there on Volanta. So as there's nobody currently connected to the stream, we'll just have a look at the. Well, I'm going to zoom right into the ground map in Volanta and see what these guys are doing. Yeah, just looking at the way the aircraft are moving on the ground, it's very much indicating to me that they are using runway 34s. Whether it's 34 left or 34 right, I'm not sure. My preference is 34 right, because there's an ILS on that. Didn't seem to have an ILS on 34 left, but I'm quite relaxed about that. We can hand fly in if we need to. Right.
Cairo Control, this is Sky Egypt 1504 with you at flight level 37.
So we've done the, just thinking about the approach, sort of flows, readiness for landing. Let's just match the heading there and just start to work the range. Coming through 210. Remember I was saying about the green banana there, so that's fine. That's indicating that we are going to be down before BOPOB. And BOPOB is a restriction of 130 or above, so that's fine.
Thomas Cook 37 Lima, flight heading 100.
Heading 100 for Thomas Cook 37 Lima. Okay, so heading 100. So of course we have to dial that into the heading and push the select button. And left we go. So a slightly different process than if it was an Airbus.
221, wind out of Charlie 0104 knots, clear to land 05 for 304 left.
Okay, so the terrain, as you can see, is below us. It's a sort of extended runway centre line. Let's just put a few fixes in as well, just so that we can get a bit more situationally aware. Let's put in a 25-mile range ring. That goes in there. And then an 11-mile range ring there. So just thinking about what we're doing. So we've got the range rings there. Just going to try to stay ahead of things.
And 4015, contact now Hurghada, frequency 123.4, get a flight by line. 123.4 and 4015, thank you, bye bye.
Okay, so coming down through 184 for 160. Let's have a look at it. It's quite a nice time to arrive, isn't it? And these are just default clouds in X-Plane 11. Prefer them at the moment compared to 12. 12 just a bit hit and miss. I think we're getting there. But getting there is the thing. I don't feel that it's a fully matured yet following the release. That's my opinion. Yeah, I don't know what that effect is. It just seems to be some moisture on there that keeps sort of melting.
With you, flight level 390, requesting contact. 463, good evening, identified, flight level 390.
Okay, so coming down then, 1000 to go.
see the spies, Lima 463.
Yeah, I don't know what that effect is.
937, ready descent to reach Octave,
Is it moisture that's now melting? Or is running up the screen? It's quite clever if it is.
Cairo Control, good evening. The Tower 4, correction the Tower.
Good. Gonna level off then at 160.
Good evening, undefined break Thomas Cook 37 Lima, contact now Hurghada, frequency 123.4 and Joe flat, bye bye.
123.4 for Thomas Cook 37 Lima, thanks very much. Bye bye. Right.
Jet 937.
123.4, so that's for the Hurghada Approach.
4015, turn left heading 100.
Groovy.
Left heading 100 and then 4015.
And, you know, as I was saying before, we don't just want to bombard the controller, just listen for what's happening. Hurghada Approach, good evening, it's Thomas Cook 37 Lima, level 160.
Thomas Cook 37 Lima, Hurghada radar had low radar contact, descend at level 110, stand by for further instructions.
Descend 110 for 37 Lima, thank you. Down we go, 110. And because he's took us off the and just under heading, we'll use level change. So if we're in level change, we just need to know we're responsible for the speed window. So level change is basically just going to be idle power. You see the throttles there moving back. So it's just going to be idle power, and it pushes the nose down to maintain that speed.
Descend and maintain 2,500 feet. 48, descend and maintain 3,000 feet.
So if you want to slow down, say to 260 knots, you'll notice it will raise the nose slightly because it has to do a shallower rate of descent just to maintain, just to get to 260, and then it will put the nose down again gently. And just keep that pitch to go no faster than 260 knots in that case, but appreciate we're doing 270 knots here.
Thomas Cook 37 Lima, expect radar vectors visual approach runway 34 right, keep heading 100 and descend the 9,000 feet to H1008.
9,1008 for Thomas Cook 37 Lima, and copied on the 34 right for 37 Lima, thank you.
Thank you. Break, enter
9,000 wasn't it? So notice how we're now referring to it as 9,000 feet and not flight level 90, because it gave us a Q and H. That's one clue, and the other clue is we are below transition. So transition level there is 110. So you assume there that anything that you get told below 110 is going to be an altitude. Interestingly, 1008 was the same pressure as Gatwick, which when you're using utilities, you know, computer software, you'll often pause and think, is that right? But hello again to you all in chat. Thank you for viewing. Any questions? Do let me know. Say hello as well. It's still Sunday, so I hope everyone's having a good weekend. Coming down then to 9,000, and he did say it will be a visual for 34 right, but we have got the ILS tuned in anyway, which is 1103. Let's just verify that as well. But you can see there is taking us off the route there of the star. We'd originally thought we was going to come down here on the Bopop 1 Alpha arrival, which would have brought us west of the airfield. But this will bring us over the sea. So let's just park that down there out of the way. So got the ILS frequency there, 1103. Another way you can verify that is if you just bring up your approach perf page. It does put in the frequency down here, 1103, and the course. So 1103 and 341. I'm going to leave the nav aids in auto. What I like to do is just use the fixed page here, so that's why on the navigation display We've got these rings here. One's 11 miles, one's 25 miles.
Enter 40 kilo Mike, I can give you ILS if you want.
So he's saying he can give him the ILS, but... Okay. I think I get it. Okay, let's watch out. So we do need now, it's a bit late in spotting this, let's just slow down there to 250 knots. We should have just done that a moment ago. So, a bit different to the Airbus. You can put that into the equivalent of flight level change mode. It's called open descent in the Airbus. You can put that into the equivalent of that and remain in managed speed. You can't do that in the Boeing. You have to control your speed. Okay, let's just zoom this out. The fixed page as well also tells us how far we've got to go. So that's as the crow flies, so 11 miles to get to the airfield, probably another 11 mile the other way. Just feel like we're a bit high, but okay. Descend 6,000, Thomas Cook 37 Lima. Down we go. So this time, remember I was saying I've got a script that rounds these values down. Below 10,000 it will round it down to the nearest 500 feet. What I will do in a moment, if he doesn't... I'm just listing out as well. What I'm thinking at the moment is we are flying easterly when we should be flying south now, so I'll prompt him in a second if he doesn't. Yeah, I'll prompt him in a second if he doesn't spot that. So these range rings help as well. This shows that we are more than 11 miles east of the airfield. Let's just put a fix, another fix in there, probably just 7 miles as well. And we can just use those again as another reference point when we're on finals.
And enter 3 Victor Lima speed 210 knots. Say again, please. Speed 210 knots. 210 knots, 3 Victor Lima.
I think I'll take another 10 knots off our speed here.
Thomas Cook 37 Lima confirmed descending 6,000 feet.
My apologies, descending now 6,000. Can I just confirm the heading as well? We're flying is 100.
You can turn right heading now, heading 140.
Right 140 for Thomas Cook 37 Lima. Okay, so I've made a bit of a lemon there of myself. I dialed in the altitude, didn't I? And didn't hit the level change button. So if you've just joined, your pilot's just made a bit of an error. Yeah, that's what they're thinking of my flying at the moment. Hello, Anmol. Thank you for saying hi. I've been asking everyone to just say hello. Hope you're having a good day. So if you're from India, that's probably about 11 PM, is it your time?
15 miles, report runway time.
For after 11 PM, it's looking like there it's about nearly quarter to midnight your time. Okay, so we are descending 6,000. So we should be seeing the
Enter Air 4015,
see the airfield? No.
230 knots.
Can't see that. Hello everyone.
Enter
Oh, very warm welcome.
250 knots.
Do drop me a hi in the chat. Anne Moll has said where they're from. Yeah, it's midnight in India, yeah. I work with someone who's based in India, so I'm well used to adding. At the moment, we have to add 5.5 hours on when I want to talk to them and just think about where they are in their day. And then of course we put the
Enter 3 Victor Lima.
thank you very much for the sub. Yeah, thank you. Anybody else as well would subscribe? Really appreciate it. So now we're levelling off at 6,000. Oh, was that for me?
Lot 6 Alpha Delta, turn right heading 320, descend 3,000 feet.
That's alright, I might have been talking away. Just 1 second, let's just slow off.
Enter 3 Victor Lima, confirm clear to visual, approach at 34 right.
Okay, so if he's confirmed us for 3-4 right, and he's purely said visual. Okay.
Enter 4015, turn right heading 260.
So we'll use these range rings and things. Yeah, thank you for the subscription. I'm from England, so that's what I was saying about the time difference between us and India, but I didn't make that clear, sorry.
37 Lima, turn right heading 160, descend 4,000 feet.
160, 4,000 for Thomas Cook 37 Lima. Okay.
4015, descend 4,000 feet.
So 160 and down we go to 4,000. This time I should push level change. There we go. So let's go down then, 230, and again I just use a script here in order just to round this down as well to the nearest 10. Okay, so down we go. This green ring here, I was just explaining earlier why I use these just for situational awareness, but you can see that we are 25 miles now away from the airfield, so I don't need to worry about speed at the moment. That feels okay. We are not too high there. I beg your pardon. In some ways, maybe just a bit low, but as we were saying, we are. Let's have a look at the map, shall we, on the aviator's tablet. That's what I was saying earlier. I was just talking about the approach. You can't see us actually anymore over there. So we're off the chart, as it were. So
enter 4015, speed 200 knots.
There we go.
Speed 200, enter 4015.
Just give that a moment to refresh. Okay, so you can see there's Hurghada. 4 hours 40 now into the flight. So, yeah, we're well south now of the airfield as well. Let's just bring the airport's chart back up. And what we should do now is just bring up the ILS as well. So we are going to get 3-4 right. Yeah, so it's landing them on 3-4 right. Are you familiar with the airfield in Hurghada, anyone? Okay, so we are now levelling off there.
Confirm runway inside.
Runway inside, slot 6 Alpha Delta.
It's Alpha Delta, clear visual approach at 3-4 right.
Clear the visual 3-4 right, 6 Alpha Delta.
Magic Sun 7 Hotel Sierra, turn right heading 310.
310, Magic Sun 2 Hotel Sierra.
Enter 40 kilo Mike, not
okay, so we are level now at 4,000.
Magic Sun 7 Hotel Sierra, descend at 3,000 feet.
It's got him at 4,000, so yeah, we are quite low here. Let's just check the fuel as well. 3.1 on board now, so it's just those things on VATSIM when you just get vectored out a bit.
Enter 4015.
Just thinking about carrying a bit more fuel. I did add a bit more on than what the fuel, than what the plan said. Okay. Right 250 for Thomas Cook 37 Lima. Okay, so 250. There we go.
Let's get back to it.
Okay, yes. Let's get
lot 73 Golf, turn left heading 130, descend the 6,000 feet, QNH 1008.
Left heading 130, 6,000 feet, QNH 1008, lot 70 Golf.
Enter 40 kilo Mike, turn right heading 220, speed 220 knots. Magic Sun 7 Hotel Sierra, airport 1 o'clock.
I would probably make a... Sorry, just 1 second. Sorry, I see you're asking a few questions there, Anmol, but I'm just a bit distracted by the air traffic control there. Right. Okay, so level at 4. Let's keep that speed going. Let's just look ahead by zooming back out on the display, and we can see there that we are 25 miles south of the airfield. 3,000 feet and current speed is 230 knots. So this is an ideal time to think about using vertical speed. We're in no rush to go down, so maybe just like 500 feet per minute. That will take us 2 minutes to get down, won't it? What I will do, Anmol, is I will... okay, that's for the lot. I will try that with my colleagues over in India.
Good evening, Sky. It's 1504 heading of 160 at flight level 160.
Sorry, you are asking me a lot, aren't you? I think... the honest answer is I would like to speak every language, but of course that's not possible. There we go. Turn right 300 for Thomas 37 Lima. Yeah, I would like to speak every single language, but I don't even speak... was it 300? Sorry, I'm getting distracted there by that. Right, we do have as well. We do have a nice sunset. But yeah, I think if I was going to learn another language, I'll probably do something like Spanish or German, based on where my travels take me.
5,000 feet.
But I googled what you said, and I would not know how to pronounce it with this going on. Okay. Descending to 3,000 as we go. And
enter 4015, speed 180 knots.
I appear to have... It's alright. Yeah, sorry, I did Google it. You know, sometimes, I think the other night I flew into an airport, well, I don't think I flew into an airport in Mexico called Huatulco, I think it's pronounced, but I'm very shy when it comes to pronouncing those. I had to Google it, so that's what I did there. I wasn't just going to play it. You may or may not have heard it. Okay. He didn't ask us to go slower, but we can see now then we are... Thank you very much for tuning in. Good night. Yeah, I appreciate it. It's your bedtime there. It's midnight now, as we said, so yeah. Thank you very much. Have a good week ahead. Right, so we're not yet configured, but you can see we're getting closer. With 21 miles to go. I won't slow down yet, but 3,000 feet. So the maths that I'm just currently doing in my head at the moment, I'm thinking 3,000 feet, I need 9 nautical miles to slow down, or to descend rather. So I'm thinking that I want to
Information Delta on board.
be slowing down.
120, descend for level
Give it maybe 3 miles,
Pilot due for right, Center
and then we'll look at slowing down. That is a really nice.
463 with you, flight level 1.
That's a really nice sunset.
Contact. Speedbird 463, hello. Your radar contact, stand by.
Okay.
Stand by.
So let's start to slow down
on final runway
and just do this
4015, thank you so much.
220 knots. So clean speed here is below 210 knots. So let's just look at the frequencies ahead as well. Tower is 119.6, that's fine. So just looking ahead as well, thinking about what we might get in terms of the next frequency, in terms of the next controller.
37 Lima, descend and maintain 2,000 feet, airport 1 o'clock, 16 miles, report runway inside. Approach. Jetrunner 7642, speed 250 or less, descending flight 160. Thomas Cook 37 Lima.
Thomas Cook 37 Lima, descend to 2,500 and the heading, sorry. Let's just go back.
You can keep the same heading, but your clear visual approach 34 right.
Understood, cleared for the visual approach 34 right for Thomas Cook 37 Lima. Right, yeah, that's altitude alert, so we're coming down to 2,300. Let's just do that in vertical speed, no need there to brush down. What I want to do now, 14 miles, let's go with flat 1.
4,000 feet, log 70 golf. 1504, descend 6,000 feet, QNH 1008.
So let's just start to reduce as well.
Descend 6,000 feet, QNH 1008, fly Egypt 1504.
As we start to bring the flaps out there, and the slats first.
Travel 7642, hello, radar contact, stand by.
Lovely sunset there.
Contact 5090, descend
Makes me want to do the return.
Fabulous.
9,000 feet by QNH
There's definitely some strange sounds on the street today.
5090.
Okay, so we are clear. Let's go with the localizer.
120, turn left
And
heading now, 090.
just call that in time. Let's now go
Travel 7642,
start to
hello,
reduce.
descend to level 120,
11 miles. Flat 5.
Keep present heading. Second descending level.
Okay, let's get the feet on the rudder pedals.
Descend level 120. 120, expect vectors for let's run the 34 right.
So, feet are on the rudder pedals, so let's just coming down the glide. 190 knots.
130, fly Egypt, 1504.
And then about 180 knots there, and you can see that we are
Thomas Cook 37
Okay.
Lima, you can reduce speed to 100 knots.
reduced speed. We've currently shown 180 knots for Thomas Cook 37 Lima, and just confirm we are now visual 34 right. Continue approach for 37 Lima.
Thank you so much. You can actually free speed contact tower 19.6. Goodbye.
1196 for Thomas Cook 37 Lima. Thanks very much for your ATC. Bye bye.
Thank you for flying. Goodbye. And
Okay, so to the tower.
Descend and maintain 2,000 feet.
Clock 4747, altitude
Okay,
7,000
bringing
feet.
down the speed now,
Departure 1 Bravo, Iraq 001.
and flap 15. Hello again.
Iraqi 001, negative, just confirm radar vectors out of runway 34 right, not set.
So just gonna set my little script there to not leave on the flight directors. Right, we are getting. Let's go now with the gear down. And
Advocating to the right and taxi right on Alpha, enter 4015.
hello tower, Thomas Cook 37 Lima, visual 34 right. So flap 25 now.
Thomas Cook 37 Lima, Hurghada Tower, hello, winds calm, runway 34 right, clear to land.
Clear to land 34 right, Thomas Cook 37 Lima. Okay, so we are
4015, continue taxi Alpha.
cleared to land. Let's just tidy this view up.
Stand 66.
So we've got auto brake 2, just below 1,000, speeds coming down, flaps are set, we are clear to land, autopilot's disconnected, left a bit, right a bit, just keeping that speed on. Probably about 20 knots or so faster than approach. Now that's one big difference between a 7.5 and a 321. Is the approach speed. Got it. In fact, we are just getting a bit high, so. Let's just start to bring back now the throttle slightly in the final few miles of our flight, which is 4 hours 53 minutes
Ready
so far.
for pushback and start Iraqi 001.
This is not looking too good so far.
Iraqi 001, please set squad 4747. Full go, Iraqi 001. About 6 of Delta stand 73 disconnecting, French 30
Now that nose went down a bit heavy, but
Have a good evening,
that's fine. Reverses. And coming down to 80 knots. Reverses stowed. Those auto brakes now still doing the job, so let's just let the auto brakes do the work.
1008, push and start approach
And
facing south.
shall we vacate at Foxtrot, even though that's a right turn? So auto brakes off. He's probably got somebody. Thanks again for watching. I think you are off to bed there, but thank you. Okay, so this should be taxiway Foxtrot.
37 Lima, welcome to Hurghada, vacate to the right and taxi right on Alpha.
Turning right and taxiway Alpha for Thomas Cook, 37 Lima, thanks. Okay, just a bit of brake there as we went round that corner. What do you mean unstable? We'll check that out in a moment. So just give it a bit of power there, just to vacate, and let's just get rid of that a moment. Glide slope deviation. So taxiway Alpha. Is this one, isn't it, on the right? Let's just make sure.
Enter 40 Kilo Mike, Hurghada Tower.
Okay, so we'll just reduce the speed a bit and then we'll start to clean her up. So, and this is where my little script comes in handy. Just as the
Commander
bits.
277, I have to reroute you.
Okay, so
Rerouting.
just a few bits that it doesn't do. So 4 hours 55 then
Commander 277,
from Gatwick.
you are cleared via Sierra Hotel Mike.
Shall we do this again?
Then Romeo 650 to Delta Echo Lima November Alpha, then asphalt.
See the aircraft on final there, don't you?
Only the airway Romeo 6, sorry.
Right, let's just bring up the aviator tablet.
Enter 40 Kilo Mike, confirm you can receive a voice.
Well, we'll probably just go taxiway Papa and
Enter 40 Kilo Mike,
so left
thank you,
here.
winds calm, runway 34 right, clear to land.
So APU is available. It's just starting up
Thomas
here.
Cook 37 Lima, continue taxi Alpha, Papa, Sierra, stand 71.
Continue Alpha Papa Sierra stand 71 for Thomas Cook 37 Lima. Stand 71.
Oh man, here 277, it will be Sierra Hotel
Right,
Mike, then
could do here
Airway Romeo 650
is
to Delna.
get a little bit of help.
Roger,
So,
direct
give me
to
1
Sierra
second there.
Hotel Mike and Romeo 650 to Delna and continue asphalt to Manor 277. Thank you very much. Manor 277, actually Romeo 650 starts from Hurghada VR, so if you want to insert Hurghada VR as the first waypoint, it will work out as well. Roger, thank you. Manor 277. And Manor 277, You're clear to destination via radar vectors out
It's
of
quite a
runway
nice little
34
neat
right,
trick, isn't it?
And flight level 330 is approved. Squawk is same 4762.
We'll just keep the power on. I'll set the altimeters. Yeah, 1008, and we are just showing. Probably it's just changed slightly.
4762. Oman Air 277. Shukran. Oman Air 277. LAFO read back correct. Call me ready for push and start.
Let me just leave that as 1008 until I know what I'm doing. Okay, let's just follow this this guy then. It's going to help us locate stand 71. This is what I like about flying on bike. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. Definitely a lot of work, but it's worth it. It's worth it. Which is why, I don't know, some ideas for the channel. I'm probably going to do more streams. I say more streams, you know, we're not talking like every week, maybe an average once a fortnight, but that way I can combine the VATSIM and the stream together. So obviously you don't leave your seat when you are. You don't leave the sim when you're connected to VATSIM, of course. So, and you don't leave the sim when you're streaming. So the two kind of go hand in hand. Whereas if I'm making a video, you know, I might be up and down like a.
34 right.
And
Slot 73 Golf, Hurghada Tower, hello, winds calm, runway 34.
and then I'll have to do the video editing afterwards anyway.
Clear to land, lot
But you know, sometimes real life gets in the way. I've put an application in for Cross the Pond, so we'll just have to see how that goes. Would I stream all of that? That's the thing. Here we are, stand 71. Right, a bit of break there, and so we've got the Virgin Atlantic on the right of us, and a cafe as well. And there's my Follow Me truck. That's so useful. Right, let's switch off the taxi lights as well. Don't want to be right, there we go. Slight misalignment there. He's you know what I'm going to say, don't you? I'm not going to say anything. Oh, it's now. There we go. Perfect arrival. There we go. And I didn't say anything there, did I? Wonderful, mate. Right, parking brake is now set. Let's just make sure we're not rolling. Perfect. Just get my wave. Verify those lights are off as well. Let's just connect up the APU gen.
Iraqi 001 ready for taxi to runway
APU
43 right.
isolation valve. That's fine. 2.3 tons of fuel on arrival. Ideally that could have been a bit more. And then let's cut the engines. So I usually go in the opposite way to which I start them. So one cut running down and two cut running down. Okay. And then obviously the beacon light goes off, and then I think the pushback operator will then go away then once he sees that off, and then my script here just finishes the job off. Yeah, there you go. He's gone, and let's just tell Tower as well that we're shut down. And Tower, Thomas got 37 Lima. Thank you very much for your ATC. We're just shut down on stand 71. Thanks again.
Thomas Cook 37 Lima. Thanks for flying. Have a very good evening. Bye bye.
Thanks. Bye bye. Perfect. Really, really good experience that. But as I was saying, I see there's quite a few people now on just watching, but I'll be ending the stream in a moment.
Lot 73 Golf, welcome to Hurghada, vacate to the right and taxi right on Alpha.
So here's where we finished our flight. At stand 7-1.
Taxi to right Alpha, lot 74.
Here at Hurghada. Here's the map. What we normally do is have a look at the stable approach thing. So if you remember, it did say about the touchdown rate and unstable, and that was the approach speed. Okay, yeah, I mean I did admit that. I think 150 knots was quite okay. I do find I can get away with that in the 7.5. Just go a bit faster. It's probably not necessarily correct, and then I just sort of slow down perhaps in the last mile or so, because obviously the 7.5, as we know, does have a very the approach speeds can be very, very low compared to other aircraft as well. So yeah, that's fine. And then what I normally look at here, and I know a lot of people like this word butter, but it's yeah. Do I like the word butter to judge my landings? No. What I like to do is just have a look at stable approach. Yes, of course I like a nice soft touchdown, but I like to just threshold crossing height around about 50 feet. So that's the first one. And then what then have we got? Touchdown. That'd be 207 feet per minute. I think that's okay. What do we all think? Okay, I thought it was alright. And the where did we touch down? That for me is a figure that I really like to achieve. Around about that 1500 feet mark. That's where I like to be. So slap it down in the zone. Centerline deviation, yeah, I thought we were just slightly off the centerline, and that's why it was just complaining there about that. But other than that, I think we are good. Now these events always leave me rearing for more. They really do. I would love to call for clearance now and head off back to Gatwick, but that would see me landing at gone midnight, and that's assuming the passengers get on there quite quick. And last night was a bit had a theme of alcohol around it, shall we say. So yeah, that was the thing with that. So I think we are good. Let's just see who else is out on the ramp. Whether they've gone offline yet. Yep. Looks like we've got a Virgin 7.4, Cathay 7.4, and a FedEx, and so some traffic coming in here. Really nice evening, isn't it? Really nice sunset there. So there's a Korean Air as well. A few Air Berlins. And just like when I flew into Rhodes, it was really, really nice. You know, whilst it was busy, and yes, I made that mistake on approach when I didn't hit level change, and we were just hanging around at 9,000 feet when we should have been on the way descending. But I think that went well. What I'll do, final bit, we'll just dig out the sim brief, see if it's still there. Actually, I probably don't want to show that, because strangely, when I showed that earlier, well, it doesn't matter. Nobody watching this bit. So yeah, it was just to there's a few interesting weather kind of formations on the initial departure out. Right, all that's left, I think, is to. I know there's nobody connected now, but had a few chats on the way, so thank you for those. Thank you for tuning in. Do like, subscribe, and I'll do another poll soon. You you can tell me what you'd like to me to fly in next time as well. I won't put the thing on mushroom on there, but I do want to get back into the Boeings. Really enjoyed the Airbuses. You will see some more Airbuses on here, that's for sure. But I want to get back into the Boeings, especially the 73. I've not flown the Zebo. Not flown the Zebo for a while, and kind of missing that.
Tango, November, hold short of Alpha, Iraqi 001.
I could talk all night, couldn't I? But let's save this. So let's just turn down the thing. Let's just turn down X pilot. We'll disconnect from that. Okay. So again, thank you everyone, all of you that's tuned in. I know some of you have zoomed in, jumped in and jumped off. That's absolutely fine. Any questions about anything you've seen on the stream, do let me know. Like and subscribe, stay safe, and I'll see you soon on another flight in the future. And oh, just to mention, that will probably be same country. I'm sure there's a VATSIM event down here in Sharm el Sheikh next week, so I might just do a bit of fun, a bit of interaction with you, just to see where you'd like me to depart from this time. I like doing like a UK airport down to these countries, but you know, it does make for a long flight. So I might do that. But yeah, I'll just see what other ideas I've got. I think that is everything, apart from saying, you know, there's obviously a lot more subscribers joining the channel, so anything I can do to kind of help with learning, make it a bit more interactive, do let me know. I'll get you all involved, old and new, doesn't matter, all very welcome. And I will repeat, stay safe, I'll see you soon. Thank you again, bye bye.